Hey, what's going on? This is Decide and Do 132, the hunt for October. So if any of you are baseball fans, you know exactly what that means. But if you don't, hey, October is the playoffs. September is that month where every single game matters. Every single game down to the wire is either going to make you or break you and get you into the playoffs. You're either going to get eliminated in September or you're going to have hopes for October and you're going to go ahead and get in and you're going to make it in one of those spots, whether it's by winning your division or winning one of those wild card spots, and you're going to get into October, and then the real fun starts, right? The playoffs, and then eventually the series overall for baseball. And those are the things that every single team is hunting for at the very beginning. The very beginning when they start, they go to spring training, there's already this sense, all right, of a hunt for October. Everybody wants to get to October. Everybody wants to get to the playoffs. And then everybody wants to win the playoffs and then eventually win the series. So what are you doing? What are you doing for your hunt? What are you doing all year long to hunt for whatever your October is? And when I look at my October is that success. October is the real test because that's when the best of all the teams that have kind of started at the beginning and then fallen off throughout the year, every single division leader is going up against, the wild cards are going up. So all of these things finally come together, and now you are fighting against the other best team in the American League, or the other best team in the National League, or those wild card spots. You're playing for that hunt overall of staying in the game as long as possible and getting yourself eventually to the World Series and being the best in the AL versus the best in the NL, and standing there and having this World Series, these 7 games to play. So what are you doing all year long to get ready for whatever your October is? Is it something that you're working towards? Is it something that you are trying to accomplish? What is it? And how are you doing overall? How are you doing throughout the year? Are you one of these teams that kind of, is back and forth? You got some good games, some bad games. Or are you the team that just comes out of the gates swinging the entire time? There's a couple teams this year that are just killing it. Already won 90 plus games compared to some teams that are right on the verge of being, 500, where they're still in the hunt, and they've had some good games, they've had some bad games, but they're not there yet, compared to those individuals that are at those, 80 and 90 wins already and have a real good chance. Well, they're going to make it to the playoffs unless they lose everything from now until the beginning, but have a really good chance of being in the playoffs. What kind of team are you? Are you that team that is great overall all year, or the one that's kind of 50-50 but just good enough to get into it? And then are you really prepared to fight against the other best individual teams, best individual whatever it is, with whatever you're going for in your hunt for October? And I think that's really hard because a lot of people think, at the end of the day, this is our goal, this is what we're going to accomplish. But as it gets harder and harder, and as, especially if you're in some type of competitive sport or something that's competitive overall, as you get there and the best of the best are all of a sudden put together, you might not be as good as you thought. You might be good, but you're not great, and these other individuals are great. So what are you doing overall to make sure that not only are you the best possible individual to get to there, your October, whatever your October is, but to not only get there, but to win in your October? If you're not doing what is necessary to win in October, why are you fighting so hard for it? You have to start thinking about these things. And if you're not thinking about these things, look at it, whatever analogy you want to use. I look at, the October. I'm a baseball fan. I enjoy baseball. So I like to go ahead and think about baseball and think about that hunt for October. My personal team, they're right there. But they're one of them teams that's been good and bad this year, and they might make it to the playoffs. They might not. Yesterday they were in the wild card. Today they're not in the wild card. Those are things that we have to work through. But at the end of the day, what are you doing? What are you doing to ensure that you get there? And then what are you doing to ensure that you not only get there but win? There's a lot of things that you can do, right? A lot of things. One, research whatever it is that you're doing. If you know that you're going up for this position and you complete your resume and you're building this resume, what type of resume is going to be the most successful? When they look at it, they're like, we have to hire this individual. Because you might not get that job the very first time. You might need to go do more training. You might need to go do more education. You might need more volunteer work experience, whatever it is, so you can build that resume overall. So when they do look at it and they're like, wow, this is the individual we got to hire overall. Because you say, maybe you're in a sport, all right? Maybe you're not the best at whatever that sport is, or maybe you are the best and you believe that you're the best. But then you get put up against all these other individuals that also see and think that they're the best. Are you competitive enough? That's the one we got. That's the one we got to hire. That's the individual we need for first base. That's the individual we need for second. Whatever it may be. Are you doing what is necessary to ensure that you not only get there, but once you get there, you win? A lot of people have this, broad idea. Oh, I'll do really good, and that'll be enough. It's not always enough. It's not always enough. If you watch, like I said, if you watch baseball at all, there are a lot of individual baseball players that make it to the big leagues, and then they're just not that good at the big leagues. So what are you doing to ensure that you get there and overall you win? Because if you're not doing that, that's what we need to work on. We need to fix it. We need to adjust it so then you can not only hunt for October, but when you get to October, whatever your October is, you kill it. So let's think about that. Think about what you got to do. Think about what you're not doing and how we can fix that, how we can adjust that so you can be successful, not only in what you think, but your actual actions and then the results, because results are really what matters. Results in October, who's ever in the actual playoffs, that's what matters. And then who goes to the series, that's what matters. You could have a great team all year long, but as we get further into September, those great teams get forgotten. And the real great teams are the ones that are in October. And then the best teams are there in the series. And then the winner is the winner. We want to make you a winner. You want to make yourself a winner. You need to make yourself a winner. Because if you're not right now, that's what we got to fix. Hey, appreciate you watching Decide and Do 132. Hopefully you're hunting for your October. Hopefully you know what your October is. And if you don't, hey, we can fix that. We can adjust that. Mindset is everything. Thanks for watching.